안녕하세요. Hello, it is I, Avanel, again. So I'm doing one more of the weird English. So this time I went ahead and pre-did it because when I had it empty, it got a little out of control. So this way I won't hopefully forget things as I go. Hopefully. So first off, don't rock the boat or upset the apple cart. They both have pretty similar meaning. So don't rock the boat means keep the peace, basically. So this guy, well, he doesn't have any legs. Let's give him some legs. Anyway, so it's the visual is of a, being in a boat, and then there's me. I like to rock the boat sometimes. So the image is of, it's a peaceful situation. Don't say anything or push the don't break the peace. So sometimes people will talk about something and you don't really agree or you don't really like it, but you just won't say anything because it's like, I don't want to rock the boat. It's not that important right now. And so you just kind of leave it alone. Another saying we have sometimes, especially if you're referring to a specific person you don't want to upset, you would say, don't poke the bear. Everything's peaceful. The bear is laying there, asleep. Don't poke it. Don't start things getting out of control. Don't upset the apple cart is the same thing. Sometimes, whoop, there goes my cat. So sometimes this one would be more applied to, especially if there's been a lot of plans made, and it's like if you set up an apple cart, which I don't know, I've never done, but I'm sure it's a lot of careful placement and making everything balanced. So, and then upset the apple cart would be at the last minute. You do something that throws everybody's plans off. So it's just, so upset the apple cart does not mean, however, let's make it an angry apple cart. This is not what it means. It means to upset, like knock it over. I don't know. So, it's on its side. I don't know. Something kind of like, oh, the wheel got smaller. Anyway, so apples everywhere, blah, 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 blah. You get the point. So tip it up, not anger. Because upset, this one's a little older. So you could say that if you upset something, you spill it. However, most people don't hear it that way anymore. And so like if you said, oh, I upset this bowl of fruit, they are going to think that you did this. Like, how did you do that? So anyway, it's maybe British. Maybe they still say it more. I've heard it. I've read it. I know what it means, but I don't usually say it in that way. All right. Not playing with a full deck, or not the sharpest tool in the shed. Not the brightest bulb in the bunch or the box or whatever. Oh, see, these ones are super bright. This one's not very bright. So these are kind of a reference mostly, I would say, to being dim-witted, like not as intelligent. So if somebody is a little bit not quick-witted or is just a little bit, I don't know, a little slow in following you, people would maybe say, oh, he's not the brightest bulb in the bunch. Or there's a lot of sayings for this one. Very similar. Like one of them would be, the lights aren't all on upstairs. Anything that's painting a picture of being kind of dim and not well lit. Not the sharpest tool in the shed is same thing. However, I was thinking about as I was going to draw things, like, there's a lot of tools in the shed that aren't supposed to be sharp. But anyways, that's not important. I just thought I'd say it anyway. Not playing with a full deck, like if you're playing cards and you're missing cards, then you're, so the other meaning it can have, which is sometimes I hear more on the like, this one, the not playing with a full deck can sometimes be phrased more like a few, oh, that's a W, kind of. A few cards short of a full deck. Same thing, but it's sometimes this can mean you're also, it's not that you're dim-witted or unintelligent. It can just be that you're describing someone who's a little crazy. Maybe people use that about me. I don't know. Don't tell me if you do. So, but you can, this pattern, a few cards short of a full deck, I've heard it, a few crayons short of a box, a few this short of a that, basically is oftentimes referring to somebody either being dim-witted or a little on the crazy side. The crazy side's where I live. All right, so throw. This is another one like the hang and hung. There's a whole bunch of ways we use it so it can be a little bit confusing. So throw obviously is, I don't know if I can wing it. So this guy, he is going to throw a ball. This is a ball, by the way. That's a guy, by the way. So anyway, he's throwing it. It's really a misleading and incomplete picture, blah, blah, blah. There we go. Good thing I drew that for you. It makes it so much better. Anyway, so that's throw. Thrown together can be anything. Like this is kind of thrown together, which it basically is just a way of saying that you did something quickly. So I threw this together. It's not well done. It's just off the cuff. So that's the thrown together. Thrown about is more like what these guys are going to be pretty soon, because I'll be rocking the boat. Anyway, so it just means like, you're like in a place. So it can be rocking, like being thrown back and forth inside of a boat. Can be after an earthquake. You could be thrown about a place. Or you could say things are thrown about a room because it's, looks like stuff has been thrown about, and it's detritus now, if you remember that one. Anyways, throwing it out is like throwing it away. Or away, that's interchangeable there. That's like, it is now trash. There's crumpled up shenanigans. All right, so throwing it away. Throwing it out there, however, is like I'm just going to give an idea. I'm just throwing it out there. Think about it. I'm not saying we should do this. I don't know if it's good. It's just kind of like brainstorming is another way brainstorming. Sometimes like is a term we use for, we're just letting the thoughts get out there. They might be really bad. They might be good, but I don't really care. I'm throwing it out there as kind of a way of saying, I don't have any attachment to this. I'm just throwing it out there. This is a thought I had. I don't care either way if you like it or not, but I just thought I'd mention it. Thrown in. So this is everything in frame here. All right. So thrown in is like, an add-on. So you could say if you're getting, I don't know, you get something free when you buy something, you get something thrown in. So, oh yeah, I bought a sandwich and I got a big soda thrown in the deal. Like it's just kind of an add-on at the last minute. Oh, cool. So throw up, not so cool. So this is vomiting. I'm not going to draw it. That's gross. Threw it on. Another like thrown about, thrown together, just the idea of doing it fast. So people will often say, oh, I just threw it on, or throw something on really quick, like an outfit. Sometimes women will say it trying to sound all, after they've been in changing for like 3.5 hours. They're like, oh, this old thing, I just threw it on. Thrown has nothing to do with any of these throws, but it does sound the same as thrown. And that is, that is like a big, I don't know, fancy chair. We'll say that this is cool and fancy. I don't know. This is velvet here. This is just like a king's fancy chair or throne, like usually royalty, king, emperors, whatever. I don't know. So that's thrown. Throw pillow. So any pillow you can throw if you want to, but throw pillows are they're usually like a little square shape. They don't usually look like that exactly, but that's a square in case you didn't know. They're just usually on the couch or on you make your bed and then, you like put decorative little pillows there. So they're just kind of a lot of times decorative or on the couch to just use sometimes. Throw rug is the same kind of thing, like a lot of times in your living area, like if you're like where your couch is or by the TV, you would maybe just have a throw rug, which is, you can, like it's not the carpet, you can take it and it's usually a small area. I don't know. Sometimes they can be any shape, really. Any shape's allowed. Oftentimes they have cute little, I don't know, let's say it has flowers on it. Anyway, and maybe a butterfly. That's not in my house though. Anyway, that's the throw ones. These ones, there's so many of these, but these are just a couple of the, I guess you call them like frustrated interjections. So, oh, for crying out loud. Oh, for heaven's sake. Oh, for the love of Pete. I've heard tons of these. A lot of them are very, seem a little Catholic in origin, like the love of Pete, I believe, is referring to Peter, the apostle. Oh, for heaven's sake. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, for the, oh, for the love of all that is holy. That one sounds a little extreme. Sometimes you'll hear holy moly, or very rarely, because it's very old, golly Moses, or just golly. But anyways, so those ones are basically just kind of, a lot of times you'll hear parents saying them to kids when they mess something up or do something ridiculous that you just can't even believe. And you're just like, oh, for crying out loud, would you just put your shoes on and stop doing that thing or whatever? Or if you're, I guess people are telling you something ridiculous and you disagree strongly, you might say, oh, for heaven's sake, that's ridiculous or whatever. But there are more profane versions with bad language, but I'm not going to do those ones. So, I'm 10. Yeah, I think that's it for right now. Have a fabulous day.